Let's discuss. If the Democrats want to win, did they make the right move today? Let's bring in Democratic Representative from Massachusetts, Jake Auchincloss, also Jewish. First, do you like Governor Walz of Minnesota?
Thanks for having me on, Chris. What's not to like? This is a farmer, an educator, a command sergeant major, led his high school football team to the state championship in 1999 while simultaneously being the faculty sponsor for the Gay-Straight Alliance. This is somebody who lives his values. This is somebody who's authentic. This is somebody who's a strong leader. And this is somebody who can speak to those Haley voters in the heartland that the Harris-Walz ticket are going to have to win over.
Crazy lefty, radical lefty, everyone's got to be trans, let the migrants run all over and get everything for free, just as bad as Harris. That's the way they want to paint him. Do you see him that way?
No, and they're going to have a really hard time because he's got a track record and because he has no airs about him. Unlike J.D. Vance, who is a MAGA shapeshifter, Tim Walz just is the uncle you look forward to seeing to at Thanksgiving. And he's got a track record of 12 years in Congress. He's got a track record of 6+ years as governor, navigating some very turbulent times. Voters know him, voters trust him, and now Americans are going to know and trust him.
All right, brother. You ready to have the conversation?
Always.
You think they didn't pick Shapiro because he's Jewish?
I think two things are true simultaneously, Chris. One is that the online left was applying a double standard to Josh Shapiro that was unfair and unacceptable and antithetical to who we are as a Democratic Party. The other is, I don't think Kamala Harris listened to them. I don't think she was influenced by them. And the reason I think that is because she's a good person, number one, and because she's a good politician, number two. And good politicians don't run for president of Twitter. They run for president of the United States through 7 battleground states where Israel is not a top 10 voting issue. Cost of living, reproductive freedom, immigration. These are the voting issues, and these are what Kamala Harris is going to be talking about.
What box does Walz check that Josh Shapiro doesn't?
I don't think she had any bad choices. I think she could have chosen Shapiro, Walz, Buttigieg, Raimundo, Whitmer, Kelly. The Democratic Party has a deep bench of talent, and she could have chosen any one of them, and they would have been terrific
I'll give you the bench.
nominees and terrific vice presidents.
I'll give you the bench. It is a fiction that Democrats don't have a bench, and that's why they had Biden. They didn't want to let the bench get into the game, which is why they had kept Biden. But, what does Walz give you that Shapiro doesn't? You have to win Pennsylvania, okay? This guy is the governor, is usually the gateway, right, to a state if anyone's going to help you. What does Walz do for you that Shapiro didn't?
So, Chris, I think you're lending too much freight to what a VP pick actually does electorally at all. And actually, the grand history of presidential elections is that the evidence is neutral at best. The value of this pick is that this is Kamala Harris's opportunity to introduce herself to the American public. It's actually less about the pick himself and more about what the pick says about her, because relative to most big ticket, big party nominees at this point in election cycle, she's relatively unknown for obvious reasons. And so what she can go out there and say now is, hey, this election is about Donald Trump's past and his grievances about the past, or it's about your future. And me and Tim Walz have a track record of delivering to make people's futures better, whether it's reproductive freedom, whether it's cost of living, whether it's just returning normalcy and sanity to our highest offices. This is a Kamala Harris moment. This is not a Tim Walz moment.
Fair. I just wonder, and we'll keep talking about it, and we'll see how it plays out in the election. But if you're prosecuting the case against Trump, he picked Vance, who's an ass kisser. That's what he is, right? That's why he got picked. Imagine the contrast if she said, "I'm not doing what's safe. I'm doing what's right." And Shapiro, yeah, he's Jewish, he's aggressive on Israel, and he's the best pick for the country. And it's going to be a black woman and a Jewish man. And I would have there would have been a nobility to that, but maybe not a practicality. We'll see how it plays out. Congressman, you are always welcome here. I'll give you the last word if you want it, and thank you for being with me tonight.
I appreciate you having me on, Chris. Not sure I accept your premise of the issue, but I appreciate the back and forth. I think you and I both know that regardless of who Kamala Harris chose as vice president, Donald Trump made the worst VP pick since Aaron Burr, and he's going to have to own that now since the next 4 months.
You know, there's a Leonard Skinner song, give me 3 steps, mister, give me 3 steps towards the door. Vance has taken 2 of them. And if this acidic attack line goes bad, they're going to throw him out the door because they're going to have to save Trump. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.